The release of Resurrection F has made Dragon Ball Z a hot topic once again, and since we've addressed American superheroes at length, perhaps it's time to talk about those beyond the Pacific. So we've managed to gather 6 of the 7 Dragon Balls, and by that, of course I mean, here are 6 things you didn't know about Dragon Ball Z. Probably. The internet has pitted Goku against Superman in countless fantasy matches, and that's got a lot to do with the heroes' plentiful similarities. Both are last sons of a doomed alien planet, both have alien birth names, Kal-El and Kakarot respectively, which were presumably changed at the immigration office. What you may not know is these similarities aren't coincidental. Dragon Ball began as a cheeky adventure spoof with plentiful winks to pop culture. Master Roshi assumes the not-so-subtle martial arts alias Jackie Chun at one point. Goku meets creatures like Android 8 and Major Metallotron, who are send-ups of Frankenstein and the Terminator, and that's just naming a few.
You must get past me to proceed upstairs.
Given how Superman 2 was one of the 80s biggest blockbusters, it's easy to see how DBZ's Saiyan saga could have drawn from it. The series creator Akira Toriyama clearly loved to riff on Western movies. 4 years into his epic, he suddenly reveals that cute little monkey boy Goku has actually been an alien Saiyan all along, and right when his long-lost brethren arrive to threaten his adopted home, come on! Much like the Phantom Zone villains, the evil Saiyans tear Goku between two worlds, almost literally. Hey Internet, enough debating Goku versus Superman. Let's see Vegeta versus General Zod. Yeah.
No, you can't do this to me!
Speaking of Vegeta, if the name Vegeta sounds silly to you, well, it's meant to. As mentioned, Dragon Ball might have evolved into something more serious in its Z era, but it started as a gag strip, and Toriyama never shook off his love of easy jokes. He's always picking goofy English words for his characters' names, and if he can extend those puns into naming schemes, even better. So yes, the Saiyans, Raditz, Kakarot, and Vegeta are named after, you guessed it, vegetables. Even the vilest villains can't escape the pun-ishment. Sorry. Anyway, Bibbidi Bobbidi and Boo, they're named for that nonsensical song in Cinderella, as you probably guessed. And Frieza, Cooler, and King Cold. Do we really need to spell that one out? Let's move on to one of DBZ's loftier sources of inspiration, Journey to the West, a seminal work in Asian literature. This epic tome mythologizes the spread of Buddhism from India to China following a 7th century monk's retrieval of sacred texts with the aid of Sun Wukong, the Monkey King. Sun Goku, Sun Wukong, Sun Goku, Sun Wuko? Get it? You don't? Look, I don't either. That's fine. So let's just move on. Like Sun Wukong, Goku has an inconvenient monkey tail, he runs on clouds, and wields a nasty battle staff. He'll also turn into a giant raging ape at times, and one of his friends is a lecherous pigman.
Boy, the way she was nagging me, you would think we were married or something.
Much like the lecherous pigman Sun Wukong travels with. Clearly, it's a starting point. Toriyama even chose to set Dragon Ball in a hilly countryside like those depicted in traditional Chinese art. However, as he does with most of his creative inspirations, it isn't long before Toriyama scampers off in his own fanciful direction, so the connections really end there. As such, saying Dragon Ball is based on Journey to the West is about the same as saying that Arrow is based on Robin Hood, or that Shrek is based on Sleeping Beauty. Here's a tidbit for all you Game of Thrones fans who are anxious that your favorite show has outpaced the books. You guys may not realize that you actually have something in common with DBZ fans who are puzzled by the seemingly endless, shouting they've seen on DBZ. Races between animated shows and the manga they're based on are quite common in the anime world, especially if the shows begin production before the first print installment has even been published. When an animation staff has to make up more plot without any new source material to base it on, spinning their wheels basically, the content is called filler, and DBZ has a ton of it. Sometimes it's supporting characters going off on meandering side quests, and more often it's fight scenes stretched out over multiple episodes. There's always room for another pose down, right?
Come on! I haven't got all day!
So when Goku charges up for all that time, he's literally filling up airtime with hot air. This is an unfortunate byproduct of anime's grueling weekly schedules, where the notion of seasons is meaningless. Shows like DBZ will just run continuously and maybe take 1 week off a year. So before you point any fingers, let's see how much space you can fill, huh? Toei, the company that owns DBZ, has actually acknowledged this excess with Dragon Ball Kai, an official abbreviated edit of the series that cuts all the filler out for better pacing. Which is not a bad idea. How many of you wouldn't mind seeing something similar for Game of Thrones? Get rid of all that crippled Bran horse shit. We've revealed why DBZ has so much filler, but a lot of people don't know that Dragon Ball actually has a whole series of filler. 64 episodes worth. After DBZ ended, Toei tried to keep the gravy train rolling with Dragon Ball GT, and it wasn't well received. GT starred a magically de-aged Goku, traveling across the galaxy with his granddaughter Pan. Somewhere along the line, he reaches Super Saiyan level 4, possibly the most glam transformation in this whole universe. Toriyama wasn't involved in this iteration, though, and unsurprisingly, he's chosen to just pretend it doesn't even exist as he plots these new movies. And really, who'd blame him?
Are you still on our side? The good side? Yeah!
While we're on transformations, remember that It's Over 9,000 clip that tagged pretty much every message board everywhere?
It's over 9,000! It's over 9,000!
It's over 9,000 penises.
What was that meme about?
Vegeta, what did you say his power level is? It's over 9,000!
Turns out that scene occurred in the aforementioned Saiyan saga when the evil Saiyans Vegeta and Nappa first encounter Goku. They're shocked to see his power registers above the upper limit measured by their Google Glass-like scouters. It was originally over 8,000, but they had to change it to 9,000 for the dub to fit properly with the characters' mouths. Anyway, while obsessing over power levels and endlessly debating who's stronger than whom, like, say, Superman and Goku, is a big part of the fun for hardcore fans, Toriyama finds it all laughable. Characters win or lose depending on his whims and what best serves the story. It's not like he keeps a chart around. He tried to say this explicitly with that scene, but fans still want to know whether Super Saiyan Level 3 Goku could beat Super Saiyan God Vegeta, and why stop them? That's pretty much what the internet was made for. That and tasty hoots. Okay, that's it for this one. Let us know if you have any other fun, obscure facts about Dragon Ball Z in the comments. Maybe if we get enough, we'll all get to make a wish. And if you were going to wish for more anime content, you can get your fix over on our partner channel, Anime Vice. Seriously, that's all we do over there. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out Cinefix.com and subscribe for more true-ish things about movies, and sometimes magical wish-granting balls that aren't mine, right here on Things You Didn't Know.